All right. The first thing that I want to share with you here, October 2025 club newsletter. So we will be in this category, right? Sooner or later, and they have some fundings. So when we elect president and vice president, secretary, I'm thinking of 4 positions, right? And under the leadership, this club will last, I think, hopefully a year. So annually, we can do it. So budget request is available. Wednesdays. So each every Wednesday, I think it may be possible. So there's some promote your club, that is also possible. So I'll pass this to the leadership, whoever elected next Tuesday. Okay. Before we get started, I know I received a few emails from our students having difficulties making Python program to be executable on the Linux operating systems. Main reason they had was because there are lots of the indentation issues. What happens is that they didn't copy the file as is and put it on whatever the location in the Linux file systems, which is a VAR, US /bin directory, right? Rather, they try to copy the text and paste it on their file. While they are doing that, all indentation is broken. Therefore, syntactic errors came up. So don't try to do that. But if you want to do, simply copy the file as is. If you see my slide, recordings, I did that only using the command cp or SCP. SCP is the copy between the systems. So if you have your laptop terminal, then you can connect it to your Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi is a small server so that you can copy it. Okay, that's what I ask you to do. So you can use the SCP to load your Python file on your Raspberry Pi. Once it is on your Raspberry Pi, then within the Linux operating systems, you can simply use copy. The command is cp to copy to that USR and bin directory. Like in doing that, then you will see ls -l/usr bin, and then if you can do grep and aggregate, then you may be able to see there are so many then we have this, right? Agrog, that one. So as far as you have that on your USR/bin directory, then you will be okay. All right. So let's move. Today's Okay. Linux command for security. So finally, we will do a little bit and one step deeper into the cybersecurity. So Linux security being evolved, more sophisticated. If you compare that with Windows systems, you may know that, right? And many features already developed and will be developed more. So we have to catch up every semester. So we'll do some of the discretionary access control. And then typical vulnerabilities, and then some of the practices. So Linux traditional security model is people or process is nothing but your program, right? The program that you made. It'll be, when it is run on your Linux operating system, we call that process. If it is stored on your Linux system, then we can say that is a binary file, or executable file, or command file. That's what we practiced. It was asked you to do your homeworks. So people or processes with root privileges can do anything. Root. So your privilege is not, you are not root, right? You are not root. But on your own Raspberry Pi, as you set up, I know you enter your login name. So your login name on your Raspberry Pi is not root itself, but it may do almost all the privileges that root can do. Almost all. You can install almost all the packages on your Raspberry Pi. Okay. Only the issue that there's something that you cannot touch, kernel programs. If you touch the kernel program, then if you didn't do accurately, then you lose your operating systems. There's a kernel, there's a core part of your operating systems. It's not just one of the command. So hackers wants to get root privileges usually. Then root can do, at worst case, destroy entire Linux operating systems. Suppose your Linux operating systems runs payroll systems, and if that payroll systems crashed, not just shut down, but destroyed. If it is not recoverable, then that is a disaster. So root can do everything. Although you can do almost all the privileges that root can do, as you install your Raspberry Pi, it doesn't give you root. It doesn't call you root as is. Why? Because if you are the root, then if you do externally do something, then it may affect directly to your operating systems. So rather, on your system, put you on some category where you can do almost all the privileges as the root. If you want to do that, what is the command that you usually start with? What is the language there? Sudo, yes. Su means super user. Do means do. we call that sudo or sudo. Can run robust, secure Linux systems. Okay. So access control is something like this. If you have a subject is like user or process. Object, usually file, directory, or special files. So you want to do some action, like read, write, or execute. Basically, those three commands, right? Read, write, and execute. We may think one more thing, which is delete. That is important, right? If somebody delete the file that I think important without letting me know, then that is a really problem, right? So we know we are motivated to handle the file a little differently from all others. For example, read, write, or executable. What about the delete? So can you do something? Hey, this file cannot be deleted. We'll see that a little later. Oh, this is a kernel. This is the core engine, okay, of your operating systems. So usually root can handle this. Even sudo can do a little bit of those, but not a real core part. I don't see it clearly. It says user owner full user owner group owner other user group others. Okay. So in that permission, the owner of a file, so that we can say owner of a file can read, write, or execute. Or we have also group where the owner is involved in. So one single user can be involved in more than one group, of course, right? Sometimes he can be a member of a Linux club, there's a group, or sometimes you can be a member of cybersecurity club, or sometimes software development club, or artificial intelligence club, machine learning club, okay? All those things. So group privileges also needs to be specified. Owner's privileges, as of course, and then all others. So we can classify the users in one system into three parts: owner, or group, or the rest. Anyone. Only three. Okay. So permission, we'll do this a little, most of this. ID, it displays identity. So for example, here if you say ID, this is a command, right? Then I am in, this is Jae-yoon, user ID is 1000. I am in the group Jae-yoon itself, so group ID 1000, and some others, right? And also I have in sudo audio, video, game, and some others possible. So those are all the privileges that I may have. ch mode. So you have some of the mode assigned to your ID, but for some reason, if you want to change that mode, you can do that, right? Ch mode, change the file mode. If you see here, ls-l, some of the files result out. Owner is JUn. Group still JUn. And we have a permission bit here. So first character, if it is simply dash, then this is simply the atomic file. It is not a directory. And next three tells us what owner can do, and next three characters tells us what the group can do, and the last three characters tells what the other, anyone else can do. So everybody can read this file. As far as you are in my system, you can read it, right? But you cannot write it, which means you cannot modify it. You cannot delete it. Delete is a little different, but anyway, the read and delete are similar in this case. And umask. So this tells me some of the code, some of the indications of the privileges, right? Each operating system has a umask. Umask, that is the code, that is a digit number 0022. So by default, umask is a by default file permission. So what is default file permission? That file permission can be written in a number. So if I show to you quick what we will do with the number. Okay, here, this is a number. Number 4 means that is read. Number 2, write. Number 1, execute. Okay? So with that in mind, come back here, and our umask, usually most operating systems umask is 0022. If you don't do anything, simply create a file, then it goes with that default file permission. So your permission will be subtracted from 6666. If you subtract that, then it'll be 6644. Okay, so 4 means this is for other, this is my group, this is myself. Remember, there is a 1, 2, 4. 1 means that is execution. 2 means write. 4 means read. So others can read only because it is a 4. Read only. All others dash dash. And group also read only and dash dash. Myself, number 6. You can make number 6 from this combination. What will be the number 6? Double and write, right? If you add 2 plus 4, then that will be 6. So this will be read, write, but no execution. What that means here in our Linux operating systems, I didn't do anything, right, when I create this. What is my privileges? RW dash. What is a group? R dash dash. That's R dash dash. What is the others? R dash dash. So that comes from this UMask. This is a little bit tough concept to understand, right? Math is not really tough, but understand it. I know the first time it is tough, but it takes time. Okay? You have to practice it. We'll come back to that. But on this slide, I want you to understand UMask is available, and also UMask is given, right? You can change this to UMask. Then it applies to all files. Whenever you create files, by default, file permission will be set according to UMask. If it is set 0022, then file permission will be 6644. What 6644 means? It means that you need to combine any of these. Okay? If everything is given, then what? 1 plus 2 plus 4, then that will be 7. So if you say 777, let me practice here more. I want to change mode 777 to result.txt. What is the permission? File permission right now? This is a 644, right? 644. But I want to change it to 777. 7 means all of these are permitted. So we add all of this, 1, 2, and 4. So it will be RWX, RWX, and RWX. Watch. And then I will do it will be RWX, RWX, and RWX. That is result.txt, which is here. So RW dash R dash dash R dash dash is changed to RWX, RWX, RWX. How was it possible? Because I changed the mode with the number 777 as we do have unmask. So when I set 777, then 777 is subtracted from 022. So it will be no, it's not subtracted. We set 777, so it will be all over this 1, 2 plus 4. Okay. Question? Later slide we revisit that concept. And so there is a super user. If you want to come to another user, let me see if I have the user there. Oh, I have some users, right? Not only Jae-yoon, but others. I'm not sure their password, but probably I repeat the same as that one's. Okay, so for example, who am I? I'm Jae-yoon, right? But I want to go to, for example, Cyber. That is another login ID. Cyber is here, right? So if you see Cyber, then Cyber can only do read, write, and execute. No one can see Cyber as mine, right? This is a Cyber directory, like me, Jae-yoon directory. How can I get to Cyber? If you are super user, you can do it, right? So you can do su dash Cyber. Then it can ask you to password. If you know Cyber's password, maybe Cyber. Maybe different. I forgot what I did. Authentication failure. Almost. I'm not sure. No. Okay. But anyway, we'll practice that a little later. Knowing Cyber's or some others username. Sudo, we know, I want to take actions. I want to execute some command with the super user privileges. Although I'm not a root, but I want to do it, then you can do sudo. This is allowed only if you are in that sudo's list. Change owner. If you want to change, right now, what is owner? Cyber is owned by Cyber, right? This directory is owned by Cyber. Jae-yoon directory is owned by Jae-yoon. But if you go one more higher level, cd ... ls-l, then home directory, where I am belonging to, that is owned by root, right? Because I am under home. Jae-yoon is on the home. Home is owned by root. Only root can do read, write, execute. But all others can do read, write, execute here. Read, write, execute. Group, read and execute. All others read and execute. Why it does allow us to read and execute? Without reading it, I cannot go back into my home directory because I am under home, which is owned by root, not me, right? So root allow me to get into my home. Home is mine. Although I am under that umbrella, bigger umbrella. Bigger umbrella is not owned by me, right? So read is possible. How come that X? How come it does give me X? Like yeah, home here. It gives me X, which means execute. Read only you can read it. All other actions, that is execute. What about change directory? Is a change directory is kind of read action or execute action? There's execution, right? So it allows you to execute, but it doesn't allow you to write it. If it allows you to write it, then you can delete it also. User. So change ownership. Also group can be changed. So here group root, myself, group is Jayun. Password, we can change the password also. Let me try here. I'll give you one trick. Remember, I tried to do cyber. Cyber, I was not able to, right? But super user, if I do sudo password cyber, then it allows me to reset. So I do cyber, retry, cyber, all set. So I change it to cyber. Now I can do enter into, I can log in as a cyber. I change it to cyber, so I put cyber. Oh, I am in cyber, right? If you see here, it's not really clearly see. To do that, I have another preparation here. Okay. So add a cyber. I want to change PS1 equal backslash curly brace, no, bracket, and also backslash close bracket. Inside, I want to make an backslash E and then 0, which means reset. 32, I want to make a green foreground, black background, and end of that. Okay, and this is end. And then I want to put username and @ and my host name, and I want to put my home directories, and I want to put a $, and E, and 0 reset and end of that. 0 reset and end of that. Is it? And then finally, quote. You can see a little better, right? So I have here cyber. So this guy is a cyber. Who am I? I'm cyber. So we can change the password. You guys have sudo's privileges. If you are sudo's privileges, then you can change anyone's password within your system. That's what I did, right? I changed the password for cyber, and I was able to get in using this command, su-cyber. If you want to see more, then you can do man su. Then it says run a command with the substitute user and group ID. So we can substitute. Su, we can make some option and dash, and then other username. That's what I did, right? If you want to do sudo, man sudo, that's a different command. It execute command as another user. Okay. So sudo privilege can execute a command as, for example, JUn. If I do it in my home directory. Okay. So those are the commands that we can start with for cybersecurity management. We'll go further. User and group. User account, group account, we looked at that. Now we want to create a user, okay? I want to create a user. There's two ways that you can create. One way, add a user. Another way, user add. Which one is better? No, I would say which one is developed earlier? User add developed earlier. So when I learn Python, Linux, Unix operating systems, I used only the user add. And then recent years, they have add user. User add user, similar. If you forgot one, still you can get another, right? Add user or user add. When I was young, was it add user or user add? Always confused. I don't know. Because of that, maybe they had both available, but little different. User add, then you have to use this command, these options. All kinds of more options available. You can get the manual for this. Add user is easier. How easier? We can practice. It guides us all. By the way, I want to get out of this cyber, okay? How can I log out? You can simply exit. So you're not anymore cyber, but JUn. Here, I want to make a sudo add user Alice. Oh, Alice already exists. I think I deleted it. Okay, then I think I have another delete user. Sudo del user Alice. So done. So I want to do add user Alice. Okay. So add user. So more user interactions. Adding user Alice. New group, I call that Alice. New user Alice. Group also Alice. I can create a home directory. There's a home/home/Alice. And copy file from etc. Some of the basic files needs to be copied. And then finally it says put password. So I put here Alice. Again, Alice. And what is the full name? Alice. No. Alice. And room number A1. Work number A2. Home number A3. Others? No. Information correct? Yes. So it is created. How do you know? If you do ls, then there is ls came up, right? ls minus l on the home directory. Now ls is here, so that is created. So add user is more friendlier than user add. User add, then you have to find out all the options. Man user add, then created a user and updates. And if you see here options, we can also choose the shell and comment and base directory, home directory. We can create that. Expirations, and then group ID and scale and M, that's a home directory, minus M, small m moved up, and large, big M, P, so many options, right? So you can use those options to create. That is what the user add can do. But add user is more friendlier as we looked at. And also, if you want to put the Alice into sudo's list, then you can do like this. Sudo user mode, minus A means you want to add, and G means add to the group. You want to put into sudo what account, so Alice account to get into the sudo's list. Okay, if you want to do. Then sudo Alice can do also as you do. So when you add somebody into a sudo's list, then that person, that account will be the same as you.
There's user mod user.
Is your mod user? Mod user.
Is there mod user also?
Yeah, yes. Is there a mod user?
User mod is not available?
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
No, I mean, we're just asking. I'm just asking.
User mod. Modify user accounts. Let's see. Man, mod, user. No, there is no mod user.
That's unfortunate.
Sorry. You develop.
Okay. I'll make a Python program.
So don't try to use another trick. Mod user, Damon. You have to use the language that is developed. Don't try to use it. Don't try to invent your own language. No one can understand. Right? So I'm not going to give the sudoers privileges to Alice. But you can do it, right? So right now, what is Alice? Alice group. Then you can do groups, Alice. Alice was only user. Alice user. Okay. Oh, what about me? Groups Jaeyun. Wow. I am a super.
I use all your groups.
Yeah, by default, I think yours is same thing. As far as you are in Raspberry Pi. You can change Alice's password. We can also lock the accounts. Sudo password -L for lock, and Alice, the Alice is locked. Let's try it. See. Sudo password -L. I think this is a yeah, password cannot be changed even if it is Alice. So, for example, Alice, password is not allowed for Alice. If I want to do unlock for Alice, so if I want to do Alice, then I'm in Alice, right? Who am I? I'm Alice. Exit. So you can set, for example, log and unlock, and expire, for example, 90 days, or any specific date, 2025, 12, 20, 31. At the end of this year, you are out. If you want to delete user, as I did for Alice, del user Alice. If you want to remove everything about the Alice footprint, then you can do del user options. Remove home also, everything. Not only Alice, but everything.
Remove everything about
Everything.
Everything means everything.
Can you, if you remove Alice using sudo del user Alice, and then you realize you accidentally left the remnants of Alice, do you just run the command again, the one on the bottom?
That's a good question.
I'm
I'm not sure.
gonna-
Or you can clean up manually. If anything left over, then you can, as a super user, you can clean up. Remove all the directories, all the files, undeleted, then you can delete it manually. But I'm not sure del user command is still possible.
I'm gonna just away.
So I don't know if it's gonna make sense, but
Oh, good to see you.
good to see you too. How you doing? Question is, so like let's say for the homework, I would repeat a command more than once maybe. Like if I think I did it wrong, I'll just do the whole thing over. So like let's say for this, you create a user, right? But you feel like you made a mistake, but you create another user. What is another user?
Then you have to delete the one that. If you want to
Not
redo it,
mine.
you have to remove
I
the
know.
previous ones.
If you do it,
Like all the
Without using
packages,
remove
if
home.
you
the remnants.
mess up, for example, so you do not
try to
want to
run
continue
user
to work
dash
on
dash
that
dash
as
home. Doesn't-
the ground, so that you want to clear it.
Doesn't-
Install it. Reinstallation is not the same as clean it up first,
You've already
and then
removed the
install from
Yeah, I added one. right?
If you want to
So I
install
did-
from
so
scratch,
here I added the user only.
then you have to
sudo add
purge
user only.
previous
And then
ones.
I switched to make sure that it works.
Yeah,
And
so
then I did
purge
add-
is another command
sudo del user only.
available in
And
Linux.
then I tried sudo del user dash remove dash home.
Oops. Oh, purge is not available in the Linux, but all the version of the Linux has a Unix purge. Is it
I'm asking.
spell?
Doesn't work. So now,
Is it purge? PULG, right? Yeah, PULG, but it's not anymore available. Yeah.
see? If I do cd/home,
How to clean up the packages, previous packages. Let me find out. So if you want to clean up the packages from Linux,
go into home.
Oh, you should.
I'm about to move this directory now. I'm about to do sudo rm dir.
there is a purge. See a purge, but purge is not installed here. So let's try to install sudo apt install purge. Then it can be installed. Oops, it's not. Unable to locate the package purge. Purge may not be available for. Oh, this is a purge pack, not the command. What about the purge? Sudo apt. Oh no, this is a purge. Install purge. Install purge. Didn't answer. No. How to save? How to uninstall? How to uninstall something. To uninstall.
Sudo colon dash
How to install purge command. Yep.
R is recursive when everything is on.
Purge command is part of apt package management system and is included in your default Raspberry Pi. It is there, although manual is not available. I think that is the case. That's the purge. Oh, purge command is not
I think
found.
you have to sudo apt install purge.
That's what I did here,
Oh,
but unable.
unable to.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Alright.
we looked it up and it says it's a full package.
Yeah, maybe it's a different name. Or you can do update and upgrade. Then it'll be better. Let's move. Okay, here. Once Alice is in, where am I right now? Who am I? I'm Jaeyun. So if you want to see ls minus, no, I want to do tail minus 5 or minus 10 etc password file. My question, if I do that, what happens? Number one, it'll return, oh, not minus space 10. It raised an error because the password is a secret file. Number two, it raised an error because minus is not needed. Number three, it shows the last bottom 10 items from the password file. Number four, none of the above. What is the answer?
Professor, you said the command would fail.
Yeah, if I say that. It's not fair, right? It gives me bottom 10. Okay. So I have here Alice 10, Alice. Jaeyun is here. And then, as I said, X here. This is nothing but a password, right? Couple of decades ago, I think 3 decades ago, when I was a student, password shown. That time, security was not really a big issue. So I can get in summons. That time, internet was not available.
Okay.
You cannot, but there is some other things, telnet and some other things that you can use.
Oh.
Okay. Internet is not popular. All right. So that is hidden by tagging X only. And real password is somewhere. Where is it? So I put here. Where is the actual password locations? So let's sit here together. I didn't put here. I want to give this hint to those who can watch this video. So let's go together. It is in here. If you go to etc, there are lots of files, right? One of the files that you can see here is ls-l. If you do sh and wildcard, then you can see those. Which file could contain password files? Can you tell? By timestamp. Remember that I created Alice, so Alice password there, and we know password may be reserved in another file. So one of those, then if you see the timestamp, there is October 9, 5/11. Then that is the one. The other one is a shell that was modified in September 10th. No, not for Alice, right? There's a shadow. One is a shadow, the other one is a shadow tilde. I don't know. So that is a shadow. So can we read the shadow here? My question, can we read the shadow? Can Jaeyun read the shadow content?
Yeah.
If you say yes, then if somebody said no, then why not?
It's like permission.
Can you tell from this?
Pseudo.
Because here, Jaeyun is outside here. Look at these files. Owner is root, and the group is a shadow. I'm outside. So even only the owner can read. So you can do sudo and I would say tail bottom 10 shadow files. Oh, Alice. That is the bottom, right? This is the password encoded. All the way up here. Can you break that encryption?
Mhm.
Yeah, you can try.
Not by myself.
But I know. If I can do that from my head, oh, there's Alice. Alice is encrypted that long hash code. All right. So first, you see there is a the delimiter colon, right? So lots of delimiters. The first element in that shadow is ID account. Second one is the password. And third one is, look here, 2037. 20,370. That is the date, the number of dates. Number of dates, it was modified. If it is counted from 1970. 1970.
Okay.
Can you get that? We can see that. We looked at last
Alice is like a 70s name.
2370 divided by 365, then we know how many years, right? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think I need to have a port. Control C. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this. So 55 years. 55 years ago is what year? 1970, right? 55 years. It counted from 55 from 1970. So how many years? So it was modified 20,370 days since 1970, January 1970. What is how many days in this year? Then we need to get the modulo, right? What is the remainder? Remember that divided, then we slash. If you want to see modulo, remainder, then you need to put %, and hit enter. So it is 55 years and 295 days. Today is about 295 days since January of this year. About, right?
Wow. We are far along the year.
How many days have I lived in this world?
15,000.
More than this. 20,370.
God bless.
Yeah.
God bless.
How about that? Yeah. Is it 55 years? Oh, yeah.
Let's say if you can live another 10 years, you can live another 10 years, the technology keeps
So from here you can see that you can calculate, right? If I said, for example, how many years, then you can calculate it from this Linux operating systems. Echo, $, therefore this can be executed, computations. So slash is the divider to return the quotient only. And %, returns remainder. So go back. If you do 55 times 365 plus 295. Then what would be return? What is the return from that calculation? Who's good at math?
I'll just copy this.
Chen, what is our Asian guy? He's doing something else. He may be okay. Chuanche, what is? Are you good at math?
Okay.
Can you?
This parse. First parse.
Or you can see this all of this computation so far. You can trace back. Oh, then I know what is the answer. Even if you don't do.
Yeah. We will add or that was added right. Yeah.
20,000. I think he's doing something else.
500.
300. This is the number that you can gain from this. Okay. 20,370. Because we said the quotient is 55 if it is divided by 365. So I multiply that back. And then the remainder is 295. So finally I add it back to that so that it'll be the same number as we started from, right? And the next one, I think this 99,999, this is a number of explorations. So if we didn't do anything, then that account number will go last for 99,900, which means a lot longer than this, right? This is still 55 years, but if it gives you that long expirations, then it'll be, I think, 150 years. So generous, right? So if your account is created, if your Raspberry Pi runs, never dies, then your account number will remain for the next 150 years. Okay, that's what the shadow files. Okay? Shadow files. Group. That we did. We already did this. Add user. We did all of this. And then create. We can create a group. Add group. So, for example, I can make sudo add group Linux. Then 0117, that is a Linux group, right? And then we can do sudo in the earlier here user mode. So we can do user mode. I want to add to that group, for example, Linux Alice. I want to put Alice into the Linux group. And then see the groups of Alice, then Linux appears. So Alice is Linux and by herself and also users. Okay, so that we can the group like delete. We can delete the group also using del group, and the group management, user add, sudo user. We can do user add or user mode. User add or user mode. We use user mode or user add. Yeah, both of will work. Okay. I think I'll stop here. Okay, two group. So from next time we'll do user management.